Welcome to Surprising Cancer Triggers You Need to Know About. In this video, we'll be revealing some unexpected factors that can increase your risk of developing cancer and how you can take steps to protect yourself from these hidden dangers. Cancer is a terrifying word that no one wants to hear. It's a disease that has affected millions of lives around the world, causing pain, suffering, and heartache for both patients and their loved ones. The uncertainty and fear associated with cancer diagnosis are overwhelming, as it often feels like an invisible enemy lurking in the shadows waiting for its chance to strike. And while we all know about common risk factors such as smoking, poor diet, or exposure to harmful chemicals, there are lesser-known triggers that could potentially contribute towards increasing our vulnerability towards different types of cancers. So how do these surprising triggers come into play? Many times they're hiding in plain sight. Everyday items or habits we don't think twice about, but could have long-term effects on our health. Before we start our countdown, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to help us reach more people. Also, ring the notification bell so you can be the first to know when our latest video comes out. Now let's dive deeper into these surprising cancer triggers you need to know about, starting with Number 8. Night shift work. It might seem odd that something as seemingly harmless as working the night shift could potentially have such significant health implications. But when you delve into the intricacies of our body's natural rhythm, or what scientists call the circadian rhythm, it starts to make more sense. Circadian rhythms are physical, mental, and behavioral changes that follow a 24-hour cycle. They respond primarily to light and darkness in an organism's environment, and are found in most living things, including animals, plants, and many tiny microbes. They influence sleep-wake cycles, hormone release, eating habits and digestion, body temperature, and other important bodily functions. In 2007, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, a branch of the World Health Organization, classified shift work that involves circadian disruption as probably carcinogenic to humans. This came after several studies suggested a potential link. For instance, a study published in the European Journal of Cancer in 2005 found that women who worked night shifts for longer than 2 years had a 36% greater risk of developing breast cancer. Similarly, a Danish study in 2012 found that women who worked night shifts were 40% more likely to develop breast cancer compared to those who had never worked nights. Why does this happen? Well, the main theory revolves around the hormone melatonin. Our bodies naturally produce more melatonin in the dark when we are sleeping. Melatonin has many functions in the body, and one of them is to help guard against cancer by mopping up free radicals that can damage cells' DNA. However, exposure to light at night disrupts the production of melatonin, potentially leaving us more vulnerable to cancer development. A study published in Cancer Research in 2014 found that women exposed to greater amounts of light at night were more likely to develop breast cancer. The same study found that women who slept longer in the dark had a lower risk. Moreover, night shift work can disrupt other aspects of our circadian rhythm, leading to sleep disorders, immune system dysfunction, and metabolic changes such as obesity and insulin resistance, which themselves are risk factors for cancer. So while more research is needed to conclusively prove this link and understand all of the underlying mechanisms, it's an excellent reminder of how interconnected our body systems truly are, and how something like our work schedule could potentially impact our health in unexpected ways. Next on our list is Number 7. Chronic inflammation. The relationship between chronic inflammation, autoimmune diseases, and cancer is a fascinating area of study. It's like a detective story unfolding within our own bodies. First, let's take a step back and understand what inflammation is. It's our body's natural response to injury or infection, kind of like a fire alarm system. When an injury or an infection occurs, our body sounds the alarm by sending immune cells and substances to help fight off invaders and heal the affected area. Inflammation is, therefore, an essential part of our immune response. You can notice it when you have a cut that turns red and slightly swollen. That's your body fighting back. However, sometimes the alarm gets stuck on, and inflammation doesn't turn off as it should. This is called chronic inflammation and can happen for a number of reasons, such as persistent infections, autoimmune diseases, where the body mistakenly attacks its own cells, and exposure to harmful substances over a long period. Scientists have found that chronic inflammation can lead to DNA damage over time, which could potentially lead to the development of cancer. This is where our detective story takes a dark twist. One well-researched example of this is the link between chronic inflammation caused by hepatitis B and C viruses and liver cancer. The constant battle between the virus and the body's immune system can lead to ongoing inflammation and eventually to the development of cancer. It's like a battlefield where the continuous fight gradually wears down the good guys, leading to damages that are difficult to repair. In the world of autoimmune diseases, research has shown a link between diseases like celiac disease or inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, including Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, and an increased risk of developing cancers in the areas of inflammation, such as gastrointestinal cancers. One study published in The Lancet in 2001 showed that people with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis had a 2 to 3 times higher risk of developing colorectal cancer than the general population. Moreover, a study in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, in 2013 reported that people with autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, systemic lupus, erythematosus, and Sjogren's syndrome had a significantly increased risk of cancer. The underlying reasons are not fully understood, but one theory suggests that in the attempt to repair the repeated damage caused by inflammation, cells divide more rapidly, which can lead to errors in DNA replication and potentially the development of cancer. However, this is not a guaranteed fate for everyone with chronic inflammation or autoimmune diseases. It's just an increased risk. And the knowledge of this connection is powerful because it allows scientists to develop preventative strategies and targeted treatments. Number 6. Certain household products. Now, this is a bit like a modern-day cautionary tale, showing that sometimes the things we use to improve our lives can also pose potential risks. So here's the backdrop. Our homes are full of products designed to make life easier and more pleasant. Cleaning products to keep surfaces sparkling, air fresheners to make rooms smell like a spring day, and cosmetics to enhance our natural beauty. But did you know that some of these products might contain potentially harmful chemicals? Now on to the plot. Let's start with cleaning products. Some of these contain substances like formaldehyde, benzene, and ethylene oxide. These chemicals are classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer as known or potential human carcinogens. They can be inhaled during cleaning activities or absorbed through the skin, leading to potential health risks. Then there are air fresheners. Some of these can release substances called volatile organic compounds, VOCs, including formaldehyde and benzene again, but also substances like toluene and xylene. Some VOCs are known to be harmful and have been linked in some studies to an increased risk of cancer. And lastly, our trusty cosmetics. Some makeup, shampoos, lotions, and other personal care products can contain chemicals like parabens, which are used as preservatives, and phthalates, which are used to increase flexibility and longevity of the product. While the research is still ongoing, some studies have suggested a potential link between these chemicals and an increased risk of breast cancer and other health problems. A 2018 study published in the journal Environmental Health Perspectives found that switching from personal care products with high levels of suspected hormone disruptors like parabens and phthalates to products with lower levels led to a significant reduction in the levels of these chemicals in the body. However, it's essential to note that the presence of these chemicals doesn't mean that using these products will definitely cause cancer. The risk is thought to depend on many factors, including the amount and duration of exposure and the individual's genetics and lifestyle. But this story does have a somewhat hopeful ending. As awareness grows, more companies are producing greener and cleaner products that are free from these potentially harmful substances. In addition, regulatory bodies are taking a closer look at these chemicals, and in some cases, implementing restrictions on their use. So, it's like we're living in an evolving narrative, balancing the benefits of modern conveniences with the potential risks they carry. It's an ongoing process of discovery and adaptation, powered by science and driven by our desire to live healthier lives. Number 5. Sedentary lifestyle. Let's unravel this modern-day mystery together. Picture yourself immersed in a thrilling movie marathon, sitting comfortably on your couch, popcorn in hand, utterly engrossed. Or think of a hectic workday where you're glued to your desk, meeting deadlines. All seems well, right? But unbeknownst to you, a potential health hazard lurks in the seemingly harmless act of sitting for long periods. The curious case of sitting disease, as it's colloquially known, alludes to the plethora of health risks associated with a sedentary lifestyle, one of which is an increased likelihood of developing cancer. The plot thickens as we delve into the science behind it. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute in 2014 examined the correlation between physical inactivity and cancer. The results? It found a startling connection. Extended periods of sitting could be linked to a higher risk of developing colon, endometrial, and possibly breast cancer. But why does sitting increase cancer risk? The underlying biological mechanisms are still under investigation, but some researchers theorize that prolonged sitting leads to an increase in insulin levels, which can promote the growth of certain types of cells, including cancer cells. Moreover, regular physical activity helps to reduce inflammation and boost the immune system. Both of these can play a role in cancer prevention. Thus, a sedentary lifestyle, characterized by low physical activity and long sitting hours, might increase cancer risk by negatively impacting these protective mechanisms. Here's another interesting piece of the puzzle. The impact of sitting time seems to persist even among people who exercise regularly. A comprehensive review in the Annals of Internal Medicine in 2015 found that the health risks associated with sitting were somewhat reduced among those who were physically active. However, they were not entirely eliminated. This finding highlights the importance of not just regular exercise, but also less sitting in our daily lives. So, should we all be alarmed and stop sitting entirely? Well, it's not about vilifying sitting per se, but rather about balancing it out with regular movement and mindful breaks. The narrative isn't about creating panic, but about inspiring change towards a more active lifestyle. The sitting disease story offers a crucial lesson: the importance of integrating movement into our daily lives. It emphasizes the need for regular standing breaks, short walks, and stretching sessions, even on days when hitting the gym isn't feasible. The plot of this health story is still unfolding as research continues to explore and define the connections between sitting, physical activity, and cancer. But the preliminary moral of the story is clear: move more, sit less, and respect the intricate connection between our lifestyles and health. Number 4. Alcohol. Now let's dive into the nuanced world of moderate drinking and its relationship with cancer risk. It's like unearthing a hidden subplot in our daily lives, one that challenges the notion of everything in moderation. Let's set the scene. It's a social gathering and you're sipping your favorite glass of wine, or maybe it's a cold beer after a long day's work. In the grand scheme of things, it seems harmless, right? But scientists have been looking at this seemingly innocuous habit more closely, and what they're finding might surprise you. Several major health organizations, including the World Health Organization and the American Cancer Society, have stated that even moderate alcohol consumption can increase the risk of various types of cancer. So, what is this plot twist about? The main culprit is a chemical called ethanol, the type of alcohol found in alcoholic beverages. When you drink alcohol, your body breaks down ethanol into a toxic chemical called acetaldehyde. This chemical can damage DNA and proteins in the body, leading to mutations that can cause cells to grow out of control and eventually form a tumor. A research study published in the journal Addiction in 2017 provided a sobering overview of this issue. It revealed that alcohol, even in moderate amounts, was responsible for nearly 5% of all new cancer cases and 4.5% of all cancer deaths worldwide in 2016. Moreover, the American Institute for Cancer Research and the World Cancer Research Fund concluded in their joint 2018 report that drinking even small amounts of alcohol regularly increases the risk of various cancers, including mouth, throat, esophageal, liver, and breast cancers. Interestingly, the risk increases with the amount of alcohol consumed. For instance, the National Cancer Institute points out that people who drink moderate to heavy amounts of alcohol have a higher risk of developing colorectal cancer than non-drinkers. But here's a thought-provoking twist. While the overall consensus is that no amount of alcohol is completely safe, some studies suggest that moderate alcohol consumption, particularly wine, may have some heart health benefits. It's a controversial subplot and a reminder of how complex and multifaceted the impact of lifestyle habits can be on our health. This narrative should not induce fear, but foster awareness. It's not about completely giving up the enjoyment of a glass of wine or beer, but about understanding the potential risks and making informed decisions about your health. As the story unfolds, and we learn more about the complex relationship between alcohol and cancer, the takeaway is clear. Moderation, or even abstention, is key. It's about savoring life, sips and all, with a newfound appreciation for the profound impact of our daily habits on our health. Next on our list is number 3, processed and red meats. It's time to take a journey into the realm of culinary delights and the potentially darker side of our diet. It's a story that might change how we look at our dinner plates. Picture a hearty meal, perhaps a sizzling steak or a hot dog at a baseball game. These meals, while undeniably delicious and satisfying, have a plot twist. According to a number of scientific studies, consuming large amounts of processed and red meat might increase the risk of certain types of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, delivered this headline in 2015. It classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, implying it has sufficient evidence to link it to cancer. Red meat didn't fare much better, getting a Group 2A classification, suggesting it's probably carcinogenic to humans. But why? The narrative deepens when we consider what happens when we cook and digest these meats. Cooking at high temperatures, like grilling or frying, can lead to the formation of certain chemicals, including heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which have been found to be mutagenic, meaning they could change DNA in a way that increases cancer risk. Additionally, processed meats often contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, which in the body can transform into N-nitroso compounds, known for their carcinogenic properties. As for the digestive process, it's hypothesized that the high heme iron content in red and processed meat may damage the lining of the colon, leading to increased cell division and potentially promoting tumor development. One study published in the International Journal of Epidemiology in 2018 supported these claims. It found that people who ate the most processed meat had a 20% higher risk of colorectal cancer compared to those who ate the least. However, this doesn't mean you must banish meat from your meals entirely. It's more about frequency and quantity. Incorporating more plant-based meals into your diet and choosing lean meats like chicken or fish more often can make a significant difference. And there's also a shining character in our narrative: fiber. Research has found that a diet high in fiber, particularly from whole grains and cereals, can help protect against colorectal cancer. So not all is lost in our culinary tale. This serves as a compelling reminder of the saying, "You are what you eat." It's an ongoing saga of scientific discovery and public health, highlighting the powerful connection between our diet and our long-term health. So the next time you reach for that juicy steak or tasty sausage, you'll appreciate the broader narrative at play. Number 2, obesity. Let's delve into this intriguing connection between weight and cancer risk. It's a tale that underscores the complex interplay between our body, lifestyle, and health. Imagine our body as an intricate city with its bustling activities, distinct neighborhoods, or organs in our case, and critical resources. Now, consider what happens when this city starts to experience overpopulation straining resources, and disrupting harmony. Something similar happens in our bodies with overweight and obesity. Now, onto the scientific basis. Being overweight or obese is linked with an increased risk of many types of cancer, including those affecting the breast, colon, endometrium, kidney, esophagus, and pancreas. This correlation comes from extensive research over the years, including landmark reports by organizations like the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, and the American Institute for Cancer Research, AICR. So, why does excess weight increase cancer risk? Let's dive into the scientific subplot. One key factor is that fat tissue produces excess amounts of estrogen, high levels of which have been associated with the risk of breast, endometrial, and some other cancers. Moreover, obese individuals often have elevated levels of insulin and insulin-like growth, factor 1, IGF-1, in their blood, which may promote the development of certain tumors. Obesity is also associated with chronic low-level inflammation, which over time can damage DNA and lead to cancer. One long-term study published in the British Journal of Cancer in 2014 found that overweight and obese women have a 40% higher risk of developing certain cancers, including breast and endometrial cancer, compared to those of a healthy weight. But here's the hopeful twist in our narrative. Many studies also show that maintaining a healthy weight can significantly reduce these risks. A comprehensive study published in PLOS Medicine in 2017 indicated that around 40% of all U.S. cancers are associated with avoidable risk factors, including excess body weight. The tale is far from a grim prognosis. Rather, it's a powerful call to action for individuals to adopt healthier lifestyles, incorporating balanced diets and regular exercise. It's about reshaping our body cities to be more sustainable and health-promoting. So, the story goes on, underscoring our evolving understanding of weight and health, highlighting the pivotal role lifestyle choices play, and inspiring us all to be active participants in our health journeys. Number 1. Chronic stress. Now let's explore this intriguing relationship between stress and cancer risk. It's akin to unspooling a complex thread of how our emotional landscape can impact our physical health. Consider the hustle and bustle of our daily lives. Deadlines to meet, tasks to complete, traffic to battle. Stress seems to have become a constant companion for many of us. While it might appear like a psychological concern on the surface, under the hood, it can have potential implications for our overall health, including cancer risk. The relationship between stress and cancer isn't direct, but more of a cascading effect. Let's look at this storyline more closely. Chronic stress, the long-term form of stress that seems to stick around day in and day out, can lead to various physiological changes in our bodies. It can elevate stress hormone levels, like cortisol, and can influence various systems in our body, including our immune system. One of the many roles of our immune system is to detect and eliminate precancerous cells before they turn into full-blown cancer. A robust immune response is crucial to prevent the spread of cancer cells and keep us healthy. However, chronic stress can weaken the immune system, compromising its ability to fight off these rogue cells, which may lead to an increased overall risk of diseases, including cancer. A study published in the British Journal of Cancer in 2016 indicated that women with demanding jobs, characterized by high workloads and little control, a key source of chronic stress, were at a slightly increased risk of breast cancer compared to women with less job strain. Another research, published in Cancer Prevention Research in 2019, suggested a potential link between chronic stress and the development of colorectal cancer in mice, further underscoring the need to understand the implications of chronic stress on our health. However, it's important to note that the relationship between stress and cancer is complex and influenced by various factors. Not everyone experiencing chronic stress will develop cancer, and not all types of cancer are influenced by stress. So, what's the message here? It's not about eliminating stress entirely, because let's face it, some level of stress is an inevitable part of life. Instead, the key lies in effective stress management. Activities like meditation, yoga, exercise, and maintaining a strong social support network can all help manage stress levels and potentially mitigate its harmful effects. This narrative serves as a compelling reminder of the intricate link between our minds and bodies. It nudges us to consider our emotional well-being as an integral part of our overall health journey. So, the next time stress starts to creep in, remember, you're not just taking care of your mind, but your body too. Now, let's tie up the loose ends of this intriguing narrative and bring our journey through these surprising cancer triggers to a close. We've ventured through the twists and turns of our daily lives, uncovering hidden subplots that connect our habits, our environment, and even our emotional landscape to our health. We've seen how the choices we make, from what we put on our plates to how we manage our stress, can have profound impacts on our cancer risk. We've discovered how even seemingly harmless practices, like working the night shift, can carry hidden implications. Yet, it's not a tale of fear, but one of empowerment. Each piece of knowledge we've gained is a tool, a way for us to make more informed decisions about our lives. It's about understanding that we're not passive spectators, but active participants in our health journey. It's about finding balance and making lifestyle changes that promote our well-being, from maintaining a healthy weight to managing stress effectively. And the story is far from over. Every day, researchers are working tirelessly, unearthing new chapters and uncovering more insights about cancer triggers and how we can combat them. It's a testament to the human spirit's tenacity and our relentless pursuit of a healthier future. We hope you found this journey enlightening and inspiring. If you did, why not share it with others? Go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're at it, subscribe and tap the notification bell so you won't miss out on future insights and explorations. Plus, if you feel extra generous, you can show your support by clicking the Super Thanks button. Together, we can navigate the complex narrative of health and wellness. We can learn, grow, and empower ourselves and others with the knowledge we gain. So, stay tuned for more stories, more insights, and more opportunities to become the best, healthiest versions of ourselves.